books, sci-fi, video games, pro wrestling. If you've been made fun of for it, we're probably going to talk about it.
Get those nerds! Nerds!
You're listening to Nerd Radio.
Look at that. Fancy.
Isn't it,
Had a
though?
real announcer to voice something. Oh, my goodness.
I had talked to Jade
That's awesome.
a couple weeks ago. I was like, so can I don't know, to make us feel a little more official, if we got the guy who says 101 the riff to do the Nerd Radio thing, and there he is.
And thank God it's not me anymore.
Well, that was really why I was doing it, to pull you out of the production so you wouldn't give me any guff for it anymore.
Well, hey, you know what? I mean, we pay the guy, so it's not like we have to give him a shout out, but he's awesome. He's a great guy. So shout out to Pete Gustin.
Yep.
And you can check out his Blind Surfer webisodes.
Fascinating.
I know. The dude is legally blind.
Yeah.
And he surfs and he skateboards.
Yeah.
He's pulled on a skateboard by a dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He's genuinely like a cool dude.
Yeah.
So
Where's that online?
Awesome. I think it's a blindsurfer.com.
Blindsurfer.com.
But he shares it on Instagram
or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, Pete's a good guy. He's funny.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Welcome to this week's Nerd Radio. My name is Chuck Bean, joined by the voices of Mr. Al Beck
That's me.
and James.
You're not joined just by the voice of James. You got me in the flesh as well.
Well, I'm also
It's a very fleshy James today,
I'm very
too.
fleshy.
I'm also legally blind, so all I'm following is your voices.
Yeah.
I use sonar like a bat.
Then Chuck won't see me mess around on his computer.
No, not at all. I can't even see
If only
my
his computer's
computer.
closer that way. That would have made it a bit little funnier. Yeah.
Yeah. So many dick pics.
Yep.
You could be doing absolutely anything else as we record this because, let's see, it is 11:42 a.m. on a Wednesday, which means the presidential inauguration is happening. But thank you to everyone on Twitch who's joining us at twitch.tv/checkpointxp to watch us put this together live. We're going to talk about everything that's going on in the world of nerds. Before I get started, did you guys have anything you wanted to start with?
I don't have anything really to start with, but I can talk about Al convinced me to get into the SpiderMan game.
Oh, really?
I almost quit.
Really?
I almost quit.
Oh, I can't
Right
wait
off the
to
top.
hear
So you
about
got
this.
into it and then you almost quit.
Yeah, within like 20 minutes. I'm like, this is stupid.
All right, well,
I was-
let's talk about some video games, man.
That's good.
because-
Well, real quick, I'll answer your question if I've got anything to talk about.
yeah.
No.
All right. Fair
Anyway,
enough.
over to James.
Yeah.
All right.
So James,
Yeah,
Al,
recent weeks we've been talking about Al took the the
playing
Spider-Man
Yeah,
game on
loved
the
it.
PS4.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking about that game yesterday.
Were
I
you?
was sitting on the couch watching TV going like, I should really finish that. I'm
funny.
so close to the end.
Are you?
I haven't played it in weeks.
That's funny as he hasn't knocked it out yet. But,
That's ridiculous.
I've had the thing just sitting around collecting dust since I got my
Yeah.
PS4. I got it on like a Black Friday sale. The game was included. I think it also came with like my VR stuff. So I had everything I needed, but I've just always put it down. I have put it on the back burner. Like, I'll get to it one day.
Sure.
I'll try it. And then hearing Al talk about it and how much he loved it and enjoyed it, so much fun. And I just got off of playing Super Mario Odyssey, and I had so much fun playing that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need something fun in my life, another fun game to play. So I finally put it in, and it was fun up until like the final little fight. So it's not much of a spoiler, but your tutorial is kind of you're fighting Kingpin.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're web slinging through New York, and then you go and you fight some of the cronies of the
Yeah.
Kingpin, and then you fight Kingpin. Well, the last little section of fighting with the Kingpin, I must have died like 27
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at death number 20, I was like, F this.
Yeah.
This is a normal difficulty. I don't like playing games on easy in like baby mode or whatever. I want to play normal difficulty. If you have a good game, I should be able to play it, have an enjoyable time playing it on normal difficulty.
Sure.
And that's how it should go. If I got to lessen the difficulty level, then I'm not playing your game.
Yeah.
I don't want people to see that I'm
So
playing
you
it
won't
on
play on
easy.
easy?
No, I'm not playing it on easy.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what?
Well, I should offer my disclaimer from now on that I will play baby mode if it's an option.
I got nothing to prove.
I don't. Yeah, no,
I will
see,
start
I
on-
don't. I
Really?
don't care, and I game so infrequently that I like the fact that they've even added a mode easier than easy. They've got like story mode, and I think Spider-Man's got that.
Yeah.
Where like you've got a version where it's like, are you mostly just interested in a storyline? You can play this where it's pretty easy, and I still have difficulty sometimes because I'm so bad.
That's
Right.
funny.
And you know, going back to what we were talking about earlier, I do have a partial blindness, so I don't really see very well with moving things on the screen. So, Yeah, no, I'll play that. I don't care.
Yeah, I get it. No
I'll
judgments
start-
on anybody who does.
I'll start on normal, but if a game, if I run into something like James was
Yeah.
talking about, if I've died 4 or 5 times against something, I'll crank up, and I've got the option to put it on easy, I will.
Oh my god, I feel like so much less of a gamer. I feel like less of a man.
Oh, see,
If
you're
I'm
on
in a boss
easy-
battle and I have to go from normal to easy, I'm like, no, I'm just a bitch.
the last fuck I had to give on the topic was spent on the spike room in God of War.
Yeah.
And I'm done caring about
Really?
trying to prove myself. That anyone who's played that game knows exactly
The
what I'm
spike room.
talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
The goddamn spike room in God of War. That's the last fuck I had to give, and it's gone.
Have you ever restarted a game on easy? Like you couldn't switch it mid game, so you had to start the whole game over?
Oh, I would never.
No, I just would have given up on
Yep.
the game
Okay. Would've done the
entirely.
same.
Yeah.
But see, you don't work directly with Robbie Landis from Checkpoint XP.
True.
Where is it?
There you go.
So if you did, you would not want to have to admit to anybody that you've lowered the difficulty setting on any game. But anyways,
Right.
I
this
will take
Kingpin
a
battle is-
dump right in front of Robbie. Bring him in here right
Well, how much? Because I will pay to see that happen. But anyways, back to the Kingpin story. So I'm like fed up. I'm like, I can't believe Al had such a good time playing this. Like this is like tutorial mode.
Sure.
This should be easy. Why
Yeah.
is Kingpin so hard? Why do I have to fight like 6 or 7 of his cronies and him at the same time? Because that's what's totally effing me up. So I'm like, there's got to be something that I'm missing.
Sure.
What am I not doing right? What I know I don't have all the moves memorized yet, but something's got to be going wrong.
I do remember feeling like it was, for being your introduction to the game,
Yeah.
it was kind of a little bit of a difficult fight.
Dude, I died like 20 times.
Yeah.
20 times in the tutorial. I'm like, what is this? Rogue Squadron or whatever squadrons again?
Right.
So I finally, I'm
Which
like,
I also played
Star
on
Wars Squadrons?
story mode.
did you? I gotta get into story mode, I guess. But so anyways, I hit pause on the game. I get on my computer. I'm like, let me watch somebody play through and let me see what they did.
Sure.
And I couldn't even find a video of somebody doing that, but somebody described what to do. And I'm like, did that? Okay, yep. I used the web to gunk up all those guns. And
Yep.
then I pulled the guns out and broke the glass. And now I'm shooting
Whipped him around
Kingpin
and
with the
smashed him
web
in the
and
face
I'm
with him.
hitting him. And
Yep.
and they're just like, just take out the cronies first. So the next, I'm like, okay, I'll just take out the cronies and I'll do what I've been doing. And I just felt like really dumb because I'm like, I'm just keep running around, like dodging everybody, keep hitting the button. As soon as the Spidey senses go up, I just hit the button to dodging around, finally take out the cronies, take out the Kingpin, and I'm like, I'm back in! I'm SpiderMan! I'm back in! This is so much fun!
You're almost out.
Yeah. And then I'm like, yes! Al was right. This game is great.
Oh, it's so
I
much
love
fun.
swinging through the city.
Yeah.
Like they nailed it. Like you shoot the web and then you swing all the way up and then you release and then you shoot it again.
Just
and
wait
it's
till you
so,
start. Just wait till you start getting to do like flips and turns and
Oh my God.
garbage while you're in the air and get extra points for doing that.
I think it's a lot of fun, and I feel like I actually played the game a little bit. I got through the tutorial, and I do play on baby mode, so I got through it.
Yeah.
But then I like set it down for a little bit, as I tend to do, and then I went back and started it over again from the beginning. And once you got like the hang of how the fighting is, that's when it starts getting a lot of fun. Because same thing. Well, the first time I went up against the Kingpin, I had difficulty playing against him, and it wasn't overly fun. But then I kind of got the hang of it, but I didn't get too deep into the game. That's when I started over again. And even
Okay.
Kingpin was easier the second time around.
Yeah, because you know what to do.
You know what to do. And but yeah, no, it's funny.
That's part of the difficulty, is trying to figure out how am I supposed to beat this guy that when I hit him in the face with web, he just shrugs it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he just starts strangling you.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
will say all the way through the game, it drives me nuts because you'll get the Spidey tingle.
Yeah.
And then I'll hit dodge, and then I get hit, and I'm like, but I did!
Yeah.
I hit it!
You just didn't do. You didn't do it in time. That was the thing that actually got
Thanks,
me when I was
Chuck.
playing it. Yeah, your timing's
You
off.
didn't do it in time!
Your timing was off.
You gotta be quicker, asshole.
that was
I don't
the-
know why I'm swearing so much today. Sorry,
He's
Chuck.
putting a lot of work on me right from the get-go. DMX is all over this episode.
DMX, yeah, he's gonna get a hernia.
The thing that got me
all
is
this heavy. DMX gonna pull something. Ah!
the thing that got me was after you get past that Kingpin fight, which I will admit I saw somebody else do, so I knew what to do while
Okay.
it was going on. But when you start getting to the activities where you'll go up on like a high rise and you have to sneak around and kill guys, and I would, instead of sneaking, just jump right in the middle because like I'm freaking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to take all these guys. No, you have to kind of go around the edges and take some of the guys out before you do it. Otherwise, there's too many guys,
Well,
and
thanks for letting me know.
they are gonna pummel you.
Because stealth is not my expertise in gaming
Me neither.
whatsoever.
Yeah, well, you know what? I actually kind of like some of the stealth things that come up in games, and I had a lot of fun with the stealth boards on Spider-Man.
The fact that in some of them you'll be inside, so you can walk around on the ceiling and then grab a guy and whoop and pull him up to the ceiling, and that'll take him out.
But even that, it's like it's almost a little bit idiot-proof because you can do the thing where you kind of scan your surroundings.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you above the guy whether if attacking him will, if it's safe to do so, or if it'll get other guys' attention.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little bit easier, but sometimes you got to figure out like, okay, well, I got to like get his attention over here somehow to separate him from the group, or just kind of know this guy's in a groups of 3 people, so that guy looks alone. But you kind of like, it makes it idiot-proof in a way because it'll tell you whether or not you can get away with it or not.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But anyways, game is fun. The fighting is flawless. It looks like, even though I'm hitting buttons to do the same thing,
It's a lot like the
They
Arkham
changed it
games,
up.
the way he'll like go to people, but it makes more sense because it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It didn't make a lot of sense when Batman would just kind of fly from one guy to the other 10 feet away.
Because with Spider-Man, he's
what
shooting
is
the
this?
web
What
and
is Spider-Man? Yeah,
going
he's
over there.
whoop.
Yeah. I'm blown away. So far, the game is awesome.
Nice.
Even little puzzles, you end up doing some puzzles in like a laboratory.
I love the
Yeah,
puzzle.
yeah,
Yeah, I
those
love the
puzzles
lab
are
puzzles.
good.
They're
Like,
great.
give me more of these puzzles.
Yeah. And you'll get more throughout the game, so
Okay,
it's
good.
worth it to go back and
I assumed
you know,
eventually you have to go back to that lab and then there's more puzzles because I think it says something like you'll have quests, some sort of quest or something like that coming up. And I was like, okay.
And I got to this point too where you can go around and you can get the backpacks and there's different little things that you can do. I started getting to a point whenever a new thing would come up, I would just do all of it and then go back to the story mode.
Right.
Because you can, upgrade your character if you do a certain number
That's
of them.
probably
or
what I'll
whatever.
end up doing.
Yeah.
But
and it gets to a point where, and that's the thing, like the backpacks are pretty easy to find. It's not like like I said before, it's not like the Riddler trophies.
No.
Where it's like you'll find it and that's like, well, how do I get into that cage to go get it?
Yep.
And there's really, because there's a bunch of different things and it takes a different skill set. Like there's one where you have to track down these pigeons. And the first couple of times I did it, I failed miserably. Yeah. Because you got to chase it for a little while.
Chasing a flying pigeon.
Right. And then you got to like push a button to capture it. Mm-hmm. And then until I figured out like, oh, you just have to do this to capture it, it was impossible. I was like, well, I guess I'm done with these side missions.
Yeah.
Yep.
But once I figured it out, it was, also fun to do.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. Good experience. I'm glad I stuck with it because I was ready to be like, oh man, I am out. How does everybody love this game, but I'm the one person that can't get through the tutorial?
Doesn't work for you. Killer Hall in the chat and the Twitch stream is like, my daughter kicks ass in Spider-Man.
Well, good for her.
I got past Kingpin easy. Just trying to make you feel bad.
Well, congratulations to your daughter.
Yeah. I struggled at first on baby mode, so don't feel bad, James.
I finished filling out the challenge card for Kate Bishop last weekend.
Yeah, in the Avengers game?
Yeah, in the Avengers game, you do like daily and weekly quests, and you can get more skins and different emotes and stuff like that. So I finished all of Kate Bishop. I decided I love the character so much, and she's so much fun to play that I was just going to do her whole challenge card. I don't know if I want to do anybody else's.
No?
I don't know that there was anybody else that I played.
Well, you have like a close connection to like the Hawkeye character.
When they come out with Clint Barton, as long as I enjoy playing him, then like if I enjoyed playing the Hulk more, then maybe I would want to, but I don't.
Like who else? So let's say the Diddler, they put the Diddler in the Avengers, so Nightcrawler is now a character. You'd probably want to fill out his card, right?
I would, for sure.
It's probably because you have that connection to that Marvel entity.
I really enjoy that comic and that character, so it probably has a lot to it. Plus, the
voice, diddling kids, you get that and check right off your duty card or whatever. Diddle
Plus
4 kids, boop.
The fact the voice actress was Ashley Birch really helped with it too.
Okay, so you have a connection to that.
Yeah, because like I enjoy playing Iron Man, but I hate his voice and I hate all of his dialogue.
That game is so, I don't know, monotonous isn't the word, but it's just
maybe
repetitive.
It's repetitive.
I'm like, I don't want to go
absolutely
do this
repetitive.
Again,
but after leveling Kate Bishop and grinding to get good gear and figuring out how to play her, like it's kind of rewarding once you've played a character for, I don't know, like 10 hours or something like that, and you've got all their stuff and you've figured out how the abilities work and which ones you want to do. it really, like, you really feel kind of like a pro. Spider-Man, it's like playing Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is way better at it because it gives it to you quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You're much.
I can't wait to get deeper into the game.
Yeah. But I finished that over the weekend, so I finally sat down and started putting some serious hours in that Death Stranding game with Norman Reedus.
Oh, yeah, the Norman Reedus Abs.
Yeah, the Norman Reedus delivery game.
Yeah.
Game is weirdly relaxing.
Really?
Because the plot is crazy, because not only is it Hideo Kojima, the Metal Gear Solid guy, it already makes crazy games, but then it's a science fiction Hideo Kojima game. So stuff is just crazy. Like, for instance, while you're walking, there's this thing called the time fall, which is essentially just rain. Like, if you have to walk through a valley and it's raining, the rain causes causes time to speed up when it hits things. So so anything you're carrying, like the containers, will start to break down kind of quickly.
Like it makes it age.
Makes it age, okay. and that's why Norman Reedus will, like, his hood will come up automatically when it starts raining, because if it touches people, then they completely age and
be old man Reedus.
Right.
Yeah.
But then also when you're in the time fall, there will be areas where those invisible, like, ghosts are, and that's when you have to use your sensor to, like, figure out where the ghost is and then sneak around it and not touch it, because that's when things go off the rails and the black mold or whatever comes up and all that.
Do they explain what these ghosts are, what they're from, or is that part of the game that you're trying to uncover?
I have played it for probably 10 plus hours, and they've explained nothing.
Okay.
Because they probably won't for 60 hours. You just kind of take it as read that this is what you're doing. But just kind of plotting, like, okay, I'm going to have to go over that mountain, and I'm going to have to use my ladder and my climbing rope. I'm going to have to go through that valley. And there's other...
Damn, that's a hell of a journey.
There's other NPCs that are running around that are addicted to the high of delivering for people. So they'll try and kill you and steal your stuff so they can deliver it instead.
What do you get when you have a successful delivery?
When you successfully deliver, you get likes. And I'm not 100%.
So social media.
Yes. I'm not 100% certain how the likes system works, because people will, if I put a ladder up and you have the game connected to online, you can use my ladder in the area. Or if I put a climbing rope down, down a mountain, then you can grab my climbing rope and climb up the mountain using it.
That's wild.
But you can't see other players, which is weird. Like, I never see other Norman Reedises walking around. It's just that stuff you leave in the world actually stays there.
Hey, look. Chuck stopped and took a dump right here. Right? There's just poop and toilet paper. I don't see him, though.
He must have been multiplaying with Robbie.
Oh, no!
You joke, but a part of the game is that when Norman Reedus takes a shower or goes to the bathroom in his regular thing, they construct his bodily fluids, when they interact with the ghosts, have a negative reaction to them, so they make grenades out of your poop and pee that you can throw at the ghosts.
That came right out of a Deadpool comic.
To get rid of them.
Poo bomb incoming. Woo! Take that, you red ghosts. Ooh.
But
that hit another delivery guy. Sorry.
Something about
He's
just
now a brown ghost.
delivering stuff from one place to another is like, I'll play it, when I get home from work at night and after for an hour or two, and it's just kind of relaxing.
So basically, I get to play this on my normal schedule, like 5 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be so easy because there's gonna be ropes everywhere. I mean, my character's gonna be slipping on shit everywhere, but
right, yeah, it's just poop mountain everywhere.
But there's plenty of ropes and ladders.
Yep. Something like that.
Interesting. Now, would Al need to be your friend for him to take advantage of your ropes and ladders that you're leaving behind?
I'm not 100% certain. Like I said, there's systems in play, and I'm not 100% certain how they work. But the more I play it, the more I kind of get a concept of what I'm doing. Much like playing Avengers, the more you play a character, the more you're like, oh, so this button combo makes them do this, which is kind of cool because it looks like in this movie or in this comic I saw. So that's fun. And it's very similar. The more I play it, the more at first when I would go through the areas where the ghosts were, I had no idea how to detect them. I would just be walking until all of a sudden they would jump on me. And I'd be like, I'm just going to run straight through this area and try and not get hit by as many ghosts as possible. Now that I've played it for a couple of nights, I'm like, okay, so when the sensor comes up and it's spinning, that means they're really close. And when if I want to walk by a ghost, I got to hold my breath with the R2 and then walk by him so I won't make a noise. It's
interesting.
I don't. Fun is not a great word for it, but it's very.
It's funny that you
interesting.
find it so relaxing too.
It's like modern Animal Crossing, sci-fi Animal Crossing.
Wow.
It's just like I can just deliver stuff from this guy to this guy instead of advancing the story. This is fine. This is a fun way to.
So is that why you don't really know much of the story, because you've been spending so much time just delivering stuff? You're not really going down the storyline?
I've gotten to the end of the second chapter, and before I get on a boat and go to the next area, I want to make sure that the 4 places I can deliver that they absolutely love me.
Gotcha.
So I've spent the last couple of nights making sure that I could go from here to here. And
Watch that come back and bite him in the ass later.
Yeah.
They have such a high regard to him. His character will do something in the game, and all 4 of them will hate him.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
now the
He's
game
got
just
no
went from
customers.
baby mode to
Norman
expert mode.
Reedus is a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him with his fancy abs.
Right?
He's got those nice looking abs walking around this fictional world.
Yeah. But it does kind of sound like, getting Grand Theft Auto and just driving a taxi around for 10
Kinda.
hours.
Yeah.
You guys saw the story right about Grand Theft Auto? The next one they're saying will have
No.
a female protagonist?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to
yeah,
play a
that's-
badass chick running things.
Yeah, that'd be kind
I'd
of
be
fun.
the Cardi B of Grand Theft Auto.
It's neat that they're, deciding what on the 6th Grand Theft Auto. It's like, oh, what if we made the lead person a chick? But at the same time, that's one of the reasons I've touted the Saints Row series over Grand Theft Auto for so long.
Do they have the
4 or 5
option?
because you made your own character right at the
Okay.
beginning, and it could be male or female. It changed the story none whatsoever.
I got you.
It's just you're trying to beat all the rival gangs and take over the whole city,
That's cool.
and it was a lot of fun. But it's fun that Grand Theft Auto, after having the online mode where you could make your own character in Red Dead and GTA 5, they're like, hey, what if we just made the lead character a chick? That'd be fun. All right, well, I've got some, of course, the big news as far as nerds were concerned over the past weekend was WandaVision. So,
Ooh, what a weird one.
yeah, I'd like to talk to you guys about that, as well as some other stuff that's coming up on streaming services. And that's what we're doing next on Nerd Radio.